Hey everybody, glad you are here. I'm Tammy, I'm the Siberian Wind, and we have a special guest today. If you guys do not remember my announcements, we have Debbie from InQuiltFect with us. You will have to put your sound back on, Debbie, otherwise they will not be able to hear you with all your wonderful dancing. So we need to be able to hear you. I had putting on the Ritz going on today. There you are. I do. Glad you are here. Thank you. Yes, you do. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. All right, so I'm going to check in with everybody we've got so far. I know Loretta said she was going to watch the replay. I don't know if she's actually actively here or if she's just going to watch the replay for this video. Either way, that is perfectly fine. Replay is better than no play. We've got Michelle from Michelle's Crafts and More. We've got Judy here. We've got Donnell. And let's see. I've got Laura has joined in the chat. Laura, your package went out today. So you should have it, I want to say, by Friday. So Laura, if you did not know, if you were in the chat, she won a smaller version of this shirt. I cannot wear the smaller version. And so Saturday I was giving it away. And so she has won it, so it is on its way now. She says that she didn't want to miss this one. And then Donna's here saying hello, everyone. Hello, Dawn. I've got Lisa saying hi, everybody. I've got Kimberly from Pajama Quilter. Hi, Tammy in chat. Glad you are well, I cannot talk. I'm glad you are all here. Thank you. Thank you. She's got her mic on, Donnell. I know. Yeah, she should be able to hear you. Yes, I can hear you, so she should be able to hear. Oh, you know what? Oh my goodness. Okay, now everybody else can hear you too.
No.
It's my fault, no, Donnell. Okay, it's not her.
It's not your fault. You know why it's not your fault? Every time. Donnell, tell her.
It's because of the live button.
InQuiltFect. Every time InQuiltFect is present, something happens. If it doesn't happen, I'm not there. It's just that happen. Hi.
Yeah, it's my bad, you guys. It is not Miss Debbie. I could hear her, and I didn't realize that you guys couldn't. I was just keeping her all to myself. You know, that's how this works.
She's being selfish. Yeah, she can't help it. That's so cute.
All right, so if you have a YouTube channel and you are in my chat, you can do !selfie, and Nightbot will pick you up and get you back, or we'll get you a link to your channel in the chat so everybody can come check you out as well. Michelle's Crafts and More says the live button gremlins strike again. See, they don't strike when I'm by myself. And Donnell says, "Hey, you cannot keep my mommy."
Did you see what Donnell said?
Yeah.
But it's a Mama Debbie hater. Yeah, the go live button just does not like me.
And Jean says, hello to Jean. Glad you are here. Thank you.
There's stuff.
Yeah, there is stuff. All right. So for those of you who do not know Mama Debbie, if you don't know who Mama Debbie is, Debbie, will you tell my viewers a little bit about yourself and who you are?
I am Debbie Gonzalez. I am the Grandma Quilter. My channel is InQuiltFect. I have been a creator for 5 months, going on 5 months now. I'm a retired HR manager. I am Puerto Rican. I'm proud of it. But I was raised in Connecticut in the US. I'm a grandma, 10 grandkids.
Okay. I think your mic went dead this time. I can't hear you.
How about now?
Now we can hear you, yes.
How much did you hear?
That you're an HR manager and you grew up in Connecticut, but you're from Puerto Rico?
I am Puerto Rican, yes. Very proud Puerto Rican. Yes. 3 kids, 10 grandkids. I'm working here. I'm doing something by hand. That's why you see my eyes down. Um, Live in Georgia. Love it over here. So turning into a redneck. Let me think. I've been quilting for 5 years. I started quilting when my daughter was pregnant for my granddaughter. I'd never made a quilt before. So without even looking, I just started creating, made a little baby blanket, baby quilt. And then from there, I got hooked. I got the bug and I started quilting. Yeah, it's a bug. It is a bug.
Hmm.
I caught the bug. I love it. It gives me peace. It's my woosah. Whenever I'm stressed, I started quilting before retirement. So whenever I was stressed, come home from work and start quilting, which made me happy. I'm still learning because again, I've only been doing this for a couple of years. I'm still learning, but I love the process. So I came on here with my channel because I don't offer tutorials because I don't know anything. I am comedic relief. That's all I provide here is comedic relief for those quilters that have a very difficult morning or a difficult week and they just want to come and laugh. They can come to my channel, laugh a little bit, see the crazy stuff that I do, all the messes I make, all the mistakes I make. And that's where they know that they can make mistakes too. Because a lot of us sometimes feel pressured to be perfect. I'm not perfect. That's why my channel name is InQuiltFect, where the imperfect becomes perfectly loved. We love everything imperfect. That's the way we are. And that's what my channel provides. Just a good sounding board for those that are just a little overwhelmed or
Oh
a
yeah.
little underappreciated. That's what we're here for. And I love it.
Yay. I know that I found your channel after I think Becca and Tiffany from Tiffany's Quilting Life. I think all of them were talking about, yeah, there's this new and upcoming quilter, and you'd hit viral success, and you were on everybody's channel. I was like, okay, let me go find who this lady is that they're talking about,
The
and
crazy lady, the crazy
yeah,
lady,
yeah, the crazy lady.
the crazy
Um,
lady.
and they were all talking about how much they were enjoying your channel, so that was awesome. That was
The
very
thing is, I'm
awesome.
loud. That's what they enjoy.
You
I'm
were
very
very
loud.
loud.
I'm extremely loud.
See,
I
I'm
say hi to
quiet.
everybody. I love saying hi. I'm very verbal and yeah, my hands speak.
Yes,
See,
they
this is
do.
what I'm doing. See, this is what I'm doing now. Ta-da.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
this
have to
I'm gonna
zoom
do
in.
by hand now. This is my hand therapy. Like I
Okay.
shake a lot. I shake
Yeah.
very, very much. And when I shake a lot, I always try to do some handwork because it helps me get my nerves under control.
Is
So,
is that is that English paper piecing?
no, no. This is from Missouri Star. They had a template from Grace, something Grace. And what
Okay.
it is you have a template that has this. You cut out the middle, you put the top on it, sew it together.
Oh.
You get this, and then you sew them together and you get a quilt.
Okay. So kind of
Yeah,
like
because
quilt as you go.
it is like a quilt as you go. It is like English paper piecing, very similar in the sense that, yeah, you cut it with a template, but you don't leave the template in. You
Okay.
just cut everything out and put it together any way you want.
Okay.
I've made
That
quilts
works.
out of this. This for me is therapeutic. It's awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I recommend
Donnell's.
anybody that doesn't like to quilt in their sewing machine, do these.
I can't. I couldn't do those. I have to do English paper piecing. That's my when I do
I
a
try.
hand
Trying.
sewing.
I'm trying.
Donnell said it's funny. Did you both coordinate your shirt color beforehand? No, Donnell, we did not.
No, we didn't. No.
She knows I love purple, so she had to do purple for me. Kimberly says
Aw,
that she loves your cute watermelon fabric.
thank you.
That
So
is very cute.
tell me something. Is this English paper piecing?
Yes, that is
Yes,
English paper piecing.
I'm practicing. Can I tell you?
Yeah, my kid
This
is
is what I
often
call
like
my
better.
hand bag. This is what
Okay. Yeah,
I did it okay?
yeah.
Look at the
Looks
stitching
like
on the back.
yeah, because nobody's going to be looking at the back. So once you join the front, like you join
Like
The
I do that.
pieces, yeah, once you do that all the way across, you can start removing the papers once you get your outside pieces together. So like if you were looking at it as a flower, because
Mhm,
hexes are really great for making flowers, you do the center and then you have all the ones around it. Then you can take your paper out of the center, and then the
mhm.
more that you add, as long as the piece that you're taking the paper out of is completely bordered completely, then you're good to take the paper out. Um,
Question then. I'm gonna
uh,
because again, this is my practice. That's why
oh
I put
yeah,
everything that's my handbag. That goes with me wherever I go. So after I do this, let me show you again. So
okay.
okay, so I did it and it's surrounded. After I finish them all, how do I put the backing on it? Do I have to put it on a backing? Do I sew it on a backing? I mean,
You could
that's where
quilt
I
it
get
like you would do
confused.
a normal quilt. You can
Okay.
layer it with batting and backing and all of that. You just take all the
And
papers out.
okay. And then put it on. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
got it. See,
and
I'm
and
getting
taking
it.
and taking the papers out as you go allows the piece to be more flexible and bendable.
Okay.
So especially when you're talking about like a throw size or larger quilt, if you have it paper in the whole thing, that is not going to pack very well. So
Hmm.
if taking that paper out, you can then fold it, and then the only fold lines you're going to have is whatever's going to cross the hexes on the outside.
Oh, that doesn't bother me. I mean, the
Yeah.
quilt I made for my granddaughter, I made it out of, I have different shapes of this. I
Uh huh.
have this, I have a diamond, I have circles, I have a hexie, which I adore. And the good thing is you're sewing it, you're putting it together like here, I already just surrounded it. So now
Mm-hmm.
I hand stitch all of it and it's done. It's completed. So
Yep.
as I put it together with another one, I either do it by machine or I do it by hand. I made a quilt for my sister,
Okay.
breast cancer survivor. That's why I fell in love with it because I made her a quilt with that fabric line that came out that Missouri Star put out. And I fell in love with the process there. Then I made a quilt for my granddaughter and she adores her quilt because that's her quilt. And I made that one out of the hexes. So it's really fun in the sense you can put it together when you're just doing nothing. You're in a car, you're riding in a car, you're at a
Mm-hmm.
doctor's office. So that's everything goes in my little yellow bag. Take it with me, do it by hand. Helps me keep my hands coordinated and the pain down, and I work it. It's fun. I like it. I enjoy it a lot. But I have like 40 of these done,
Okay.
but I need to make a couple of the diamond shapes to put them together because I've even made pillows.
Oh,
So
okay.
yes.
You need to
And
share some of them. You need to
I've got to
share.
I've got to share because they're all gifted. I gift. I
Okay.
don't sell. That pillow set I did sell. I
Okay.
charged money because it was a big pillow set and it came out so beautiful. Oh my God, I love that pillow. I've got pictures. I got to post them on the Facebook page so people can see
Yeah.
it.
Well,
They're really cute.
post it for my show and tell, and you can enter just like everybody else.
Oh, really? You have a, okay,
Yep.
tell me about show and tell.
So
Tell
show
me,
and
tell me.
tell, yes, show and tell is next week. Or the next edition of show and tell is next week. We're doing 6 months, and then you'll have it there. I cannot
Blah.
talk. I swear today, I cannot talk. So we are going to have a giveaway.
Okay.
And it's going to be everybody who has entered from the beginning through that 6 months is going to be entered for the giveaway. I haven't
Nice.
decided if you get the number of entries per how many times you enter, or if you just get one entry per person. Lisa's in the chat saying I would love to see the pictures. I am with her on that.
Yes.
Um,
Got to see them. They're
but
gorgeous.
but yeah, so next Tuesday night when I go live, we are doing show and tell. So
Okay.
everybody will be sharing what they're working on. Maritza just joined the chat. Hola, Maritza. Glad you are here.
Marisa.
Yes, she is here. She is here.
How buddy? That's Marisa.
Um, the chat like suddenly started moving. So, but yeah, so the show and tell, we're going to do giveaways every 6 months. I already know what the first giveaway is going to be.
So tell us.
No, no, it is a surprise. I like surprises.
I suck at surprises. Yeah, I can't. Right now,
Yeah,
there's so many things that are going on that I want to say and I can't say.
I know, I know.
Wanna- Oh,
Okay,
wanna?
so, huh? So you guys, I was going to have Miss Debbie come over, and I call her Miss Debbie or I call her Mama Debbie. I usually call her Miss Debbie. That's just I was
I'm
raised in
good.
the
I'm good.
southeast.
I
um,
love it. Miss Debbie makes me happy because here in the South, I love it when I was working, my employees would come. Hey, Miss Debbie, it would make me feel
uh-huh.
important.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The Southern thing.
Um, Michelle's asking you if you sent her your storms because it's thundering now. No, she didn't send them. It
Sorry,
wasn't
Michelle.
her.
Not thundering here though. The thunderstorms left. They didn't ever stop. They said, no, let's go bother Michelle for a little while.
um, but yeah, so um, I was going to have Miss Debbie come over and participate in our fat quarter friendly quilts, but she has such a booked schedule she won't be able to. So we are going to do it without her, and she's just going to have to watch the replays or catch us
Yeah,
live and watch.
I'm sorry. It's too
That's
much stuff.
okay. That's okay. It is okay to have a full schedule. It is absolutely okay. Do not hate yourself for that.
Oh
Chloe just
no.
joined the chat and she said, "Good evening, Tammy, Debbie, and all." Good evening, Chloe. Glad you are here.
Hi,
Donnell
Chloe.
said she's headed out for a walk with the family. She'll catch the rest on replay. Bye, Tammy. Bye, Mama. Yeah, I love when Chloe joins the chat. You. Okay, if you guys don't know, Chloe was one of my first big supporters, like first big subscribers,
Hold on.
and like checking in every time I went live. So I absolutely have to acknowledge Chloe every time she's here. Gotta pay it forward.
So your Chloe is my Andrea, who was my very first renegade,
Oh yeah.
and my Michelle, who's always there.
Well,
Michelle,
I know. I don't know that I've seen Michelle in all of my chats. Don't hate me for saying that. That I don't know that I've seen you, but I have seen Andrea in a lot of them. So yeah, I'm right with you. We
Andrea is
all
Queen
have our
Andrea.
ones.
We say all hail Queen Andrea.
Uh huh.
All
Yes.
but she's
Yes.
the queen.
She's
And
not in
then
here yet.
Michelle,
She hadn't
no,
checked
no,
in yet.
Michelle is my right side. She's my
Oh.
right side. And then Donnell's my left side. So
Okay.
yeah, they protect me, they take care of me. They do my tech stuff. Yeah, because my daughter has a job, a full-time job. She has two kids, she has a husband. So she
Mhm.
cannot be inside in here with me all the time. So when
Yeah.
she's not here, Donnell, who's my other daughter, who I adopted and took away from her mama, is there. And Michelle is always present every single time I'm on. Michelle is there. She's the very first one. And
Aw.
Michelle takes care of me. So
But
Michelle and I cannot get together because if we do, we don't know what would happen. We have no
see,
clue. Yeah.
see, Michelle, you're allowed to adopt me. You know that, right? You're allowed to adopt me. I don't
So if
want.
you want to adopt her, you can. All right. It's okay. We have no issues. I can't adopt anymore because then Donna will get jealous. She's she's
Well,
my, she's my baby daughter. She's my baby daughter. I adopted her. She's my baby daughter, and yeah,
she
yeah,
already knows I'm the mischievous sister. I'll
I
boot
know.
her off the sofa. Uh,
She
all
was
right.
having an issue today. Who was it with, Donnell? Who are you having trouble with today? It's fun. I just love this so much.
So,
Everybody makes me smile.
so I've got a question for you. If you weren't quilting, Debbie, what would your next hobby be?
If I wasn't quilting, I'd just be reading. I love to read. I am an
Oh, okay.
avid reader. I think in my lifetime, probably read more than 5,000 books.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not that avid of a reader. I
Oh,
can read.
oh, no. I'm a voracious reader. And when I was a kid, I was shy. I was dumpy. I was a tomboy. Nobody wanted to play with me. So I was always in the library and I was always reading. I won, I don't know how many ribbons because I could read a book a day.
Oh
One
wow.
book a day. And
Hmm.
I love to read. I read The Exorcist when the book came out. I was what,
Gosh.
12? I read Valley of the Dolls when I was 11 years old. I didn't understand it, but I read it. I read Helter Skelter when it came out. I read the Godfather. I read the book years before the
Mm-mm.
movie came out. Jaws, years before the movie came out. My mom would buy a book, she'd read it, and she would always store it under her pillow so I wouldn't find it, and I'd go and get it, read it before she even finished it, and then put it back. I love to read. I just love to read.
I got into a little bit of trouble like that. I would go steal one of my mom's books and read, but
No.
I I did. She'd never read stuff like that, so
Yeah.
like I never had the horror, the any of that. Judy's sitting here saying, I read all of those too.
There you go. See,
uh,
Judy, you understand me, girl.
yep. Michelle says, my middle name is Trouble, so it will be fun. Uh, okay, I should have waited until you were done drinking. My bad.
Do you see why? Do you see now
Yes.
why Michelle and I cannot be together?
Oh,
We
yeah.
cannot be together, Michelle.
Lisa says, I like to read too. I try to space out my novels though, because otherwise they consume my life until I finish them.
I that happens to me. I read a book I just finished it. It was so good I didn't want to finish it by Dean Koontz. It was called
Okay.
Quicksilver. The book was so good, and I'm trying to space it out because when I get into a book that's really good, I don't want it to finish. So then I'll read it really slow. So I don't know the outcome, and I'll read maybe 2 pages today and 3 pages tomorrow, and that's it. So I finished it 3 days ago, and I'm sorry I finished it because it was so good. I love Dean Koontz, I love Stephen King, I love Peter Straub. Ugh, I'm an
Oh,
Edgar Allan Poe freak. I read
oh my
everything he
gosh.
ever wrote. Stephen King, everything, his fiction, his nonfiction, his screenplays. I know everything Stephen King has ever written. Everything. I was one of his
Uh,
first fans.
Michelle said, I am also an avid reader. She can't get enough books, even if just on the Kindle for free. I will tell you, Miss Debbie, you did not hear my Edgar Allan Poe story, did you?
No, you
So
like Edgar Allan Poe? Really? You don't like Edgar Allan? I love Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, why don't
I
you
was
like him?
okay. So I in high school we were required to do, of course, some required reading, and one of the assignments was to read The Telltale Heart. And I am so much a visual reader.
Yes.
So when I'm reading that, I am literally imagining myself
Here.
in the place of the
Yes.
person that's in
Yes.
the book. And I was having nightmares and I could not even finish the story. So I went to my professor and was like, okay, is there any way that I can get a different? You can assign me a 3,000 page book as long as it's not this story. I was like, I cannot finish the story. She's like, you have to get through it. I was like, you don't understand.
Oh, she
I
didn't
was
get
like,
it.
I'm having nightmares. I cannot finish the story. And yeah, no, I didn't get out of it.
Then you
But
did glad you didn't read the Cask of Amontillado because that's even scarier.
I
The
don't
Cask
think
of
I had to.
Amontillado.
I don't think I've read that one. So no, it will not be on my reading list.
I'm telling you, Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, love that man. Well, then
Can't do it.
Stephen King you would not like.
No, I'm
There's
not a
one book.
Stephen King
There's only
person.
one book that Stephen King ever wrote that I've only read once. I've read everything Stephen King has written more than 3 times.
Oh
The Stand
gosh.
I've read more than 20 times. I read it at least twice a year. But there's only one book I've only read once because it scared the holy hell out of me, and that was um Pet Cemetery.
I haven't seen the movies. I can't read the book.
No, no,
I don't
that
watch
movie
horror movies. Well,
no,
see,
that movie was stupid. But the book,
I I can't even do the movies. I can't do movies. I can't do
no, the
anything
movie
horror
made me
movie.
laugh. The movie made me laugh. Look, nobody has been able to put a real Stephen King story to
Oh,
movie
I
form.
bet. I bet
Nobody,
because the
because
the books are
that's
always
really
going to be better than the movies. Lisa says that her favorites are the Harry Potter books. I could probably read those. I
never
have
read
seen
them.
all the Harry Potter
I've
movies, but
never read Harry Potter. I've never read the vampire ones.
no, I'm not the vampire person. No. Mm-mm.
No,
Um,
it's never called my attention. So I'm more into other types of genres. I love spy novels.
Kimberly asks if you were a Shirley Jackson fan.
No, I've read a couple of her books. It's not my genre. I'm more into. I'm gritty. I like gritty. I like psychological, anything psychological terror. Like I love Stephen King books because the fear you get isn't so much because there's a monster. It's the monster that's hidden is what scares you.
Gotcha.
That's the thing about his books. There are terror, but
Yeah,
there are stories that he's written that are more they mess with your head than anything else. That I like. That's the kind of book I read. Peter
gotcha.
Straub, the same thing. But Peter Straub and Stephen King together, they make fantasy. Like Stephen King has a series of fantasy books called The Tower.
Okay.
Uh, and it's an intense series of books. They're all a fantasy of a parallel world and all that kind of stuff. That's me. That give me
Okay.
that. I love that. Gothic novels, I anything romance, I cannot deal with. And I
See,
have tried. I just can't deal with romance novels. I just can't. I can't. I
see,
can't.
I ended up reading Amish romance
Yeah.
novels when I was a teen because those were considered safe.
Yeah. But I
Michelle
can't do
said
them.
that her daughter did the Raven for her grade school speech contest. I could not have done that. Lisa says, Tammy, you could have used Cliff Notes. Not with that professor. I wish. I wish. She would have seen right through that. Judy says, I love to read. James Patterson is probably her favorite author.
I
Michelle
love
says,
James Patterson.
yeah,
He's
Michelle says, I'm trying to collect all of James Patterson's books as I can find them in thrift stores, Judy.
yep.
Um,
My son's read everything he's ever written. He loves James Patterson.
Gotcha. Lisa says the Potter books are way better than the movies. And Pam is here in the chat. Good evening, Pam. Glad you are
Hi,
here.
Pam. Hello, Pam.
She's
Hi,
saying, hi,
Pam.
Tammy and
Hi,
Debbie.
Pam.
Happy Tuesday. Judy says, I read all of Dean Koontz books. Michelle
Yes.
says, Robin Cook and Tess Gerritsen are great too.
Yes.
And Teresa Louise, thank you.
Hi, Teresa.
Yes. Hi. Yay.
Teresa.
We're going to celebrate Teresa. Yes, absolutely.
I've read Robin Cook when he did Coma. When he wrote the book Coma, I was very young. Oh, that book was intense. Oh my God, that book was freakishly awesome. But if you read Dean Koontz, tell me if you read Strangers.
I've Oh yeah, that they're gonna have to tell you because I have no idea.
Strangers is the best book ever written, ever. If you are a dog lover, read Strangers.
Okay.
You have to read it. That's all I'm gonna say. Just tell
Kimberly
me.
saying telling Lisa that she loves Harry Potter as well. All right, so Debbie, I've got another question for you.
Hit me.
Out of all the celebrities,
Uh-huh.
any quilting celebrity that you want to meet, who would it be?
Donna's number one because I
Okay.
adore Donna. But the ones that are unreachable, there's a couple. But the first would be Chris O'Neill. I absolutely adore Chris O'Neill. I
Okay.
think she is so real. She is just amazing. Karen Brown, all hail because she's just cool. Yes, everything she does, her tutorials, her interviews, everything. She's freaking amazing. And there's one that nobody, I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's not a big celebrity because he's not a celebrity. He's just a creator who I adore. I was watching him a little while ago. It's Dave from Dave's Craft Room.
You want to meet him too? Okay, we're gonna put
I
that on
love
the
Dave.
list.
Look, it's like I was telling my daughter, would I ever make a quilt like he makes them? No.
No.
Dave has, I love Dave because he is creative and he doesn't care what people think. Okay.
Yeah.
He makes the weirdest things you've ever seen, and they have a cohesiveness to them that I love looking at. I love his energy. I love his view on things. I love the way he sees things. I
Did you
don't know.
see his? Did you
Sweet.
see the crop circles quilt? Oh my
My favorite,
gosh!
no, my favorite was the house quilt.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at that one.
Oh, he did
Oh, the
100.
little bitty houses all over. Yeah, no, I've seen that one too.
I
I
love
still.
that. I love that quilt. I absolutely adored it. But the one he just did, it's so
I'm gonna have to check him out and see
oh, he's
what
so
his
funny.
last one was.
He's weird. That's why I love
Oh, he
him.
is. Oh, he's very weird.
Artistic. He is a visionary of a very contrary of quilter that I would ever be, because I would never make anything he makes.
Yeah.
But I enjoy watching him. I enjoy watching how his brain works. I
I,
love the way he takes things and applicates. Today he took apart a piece of fabric made out of hamburgers and put
oh
it
my
on a quilt.
gosh.
He just makes me smile. I don't know what it is.
Well, he
It's like I was
posts every
telling
other
Tata.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I would, if I were ever to interview a creator, he would be my first. I'm not joking.
You're not
He
going to
would,
interview me first? I'm
nope, Dave.
hurt.
No, I'm sorry, I'm sincere. The first person I would ever interview would be Dave because
I,
I would love to sit next to him and just the joy that young man has
yeah.
when he does his things, his joy, you see it in his face. His joy is right there. His smile is contagious. It's like,
Yeah.
I want to have him as a son. I want to adopt him. And his relationship with his mom is freaking off the chain.
Oh, it
I
is.
love it. When he's stuck, he calls mommy. He goes, Mom, and she goes, What? Look, I love him. I just absolutely love. Dave was
Well,
one of the first that I was watching. I love him. He's weird. That's why I love him.
Michelle's watching him too. She said today's quote gave me the heebie-jeebies because the devil did it. Oh my gosh, yeah. I saw the headlines for it and I haven't even looked at it yet.
He's gonna be doing a series of buying um people's things that they haven't completed. So the first one he gets is made out of knit.
Good. Oh
It's
my
a
gosh.
knit. And it's, oh my God, I go, how are you going to make a quilt? And he just did it. He did it. Weird
So
looking, but he did it.
so Joy T, let me get the chat real quick. Judy says she wants to meet Fallon and Tiffany. I am right there with you, Judy. I am dying to meet Tiffany.
Tiff scares me.
Why?
She is just too brilliant.
She is all business.
She is
She's got
brilliant.
such a brilliant mind. Yeah, absolutely.
She's got an incredible brain.
Teresa Louise says that the snow is really coming down again. It is clear skies here, so you can come visit me anytime you want, Teresa. I would not mind.
Wow.
Lisa says it's joy to watch. It's a joy to watch true artists work, visual and musical. Yes, it is.
Yes,
Joy
it is.
T, join the chat. Joy T,
Joy.
I posted I tagged you in the Facebook group. You need to send an email to Miss Debbie. She needs your address. She's got something to ship to you.
Hold on.
So make sure to reach out. Yep, she's got it ready. She is ready to ship it to. And she was asking who we were talking about. We were talking about and Teresa Louise doesn't know him either. Yeah, it's Dave's Craft Room. Let me go grab his channel real quick. Yeah,
you want to laugh a little while, go watch him.
He is hilarious, you guys.
He's so cool.
And just to watch him work, he does not do tutorials. He specifically says he's not going to do tutorials because that's not what he wants to do. He does quilts mostly.
Yeah, I love it when he puts the camera going really fast. Oh, I love
it. He does the super speed. Yeah, I mean he's got such an amazing channel, and he's got 13,000 subscribers. I mean, so he's what we're hoping to eventually be over here.
No, not I do not want to go that much. No,
I would not mind. So, all right. So his channel link is in the chat, so you guys can check him out and see who we're talking about.
Very unconventional. If you're
very
looking
unconventional,
don't watch him because he's very unconventional.
Yeah, he's got out of the box ideas and out of the box plans, and he manages to execute.
Did you see his guitar quilt?
I don't think I've seen that one yet. I haven't watched everything he's got.
He did his guitar and then he played it. Oh God.
Oh my gosh, no, I didn't know that. Let's see. Pam said my celebrities would be Stitched by Susan and Corey of Linda's Electric Quilters. I do not know either of those, I don't think, so I'm going to have to look them up. Yes. They are going into my list. Tiffany is definitely mine. I would really, really love to meet Tiffany.
Yeah, but Tiffany scares me. It's her brain so... it's not... How do I say this? I'm intimidated by her brilliance. I'll put it that way. My daughter adores her because my daughter only saw her when she made her dream quilt. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. It's like, Tata was like this mesmerized. Because my daughter is very creative, but she doesn't know how to sew.
See, here's the thing, is I watch Tiffany, and I think my brain thinks the same way that hers does. Because as she's laying things out, I'm seeing them in my head. Like I'm seeing what she's doing. and I'm already on the same page, three books ahead
I
that
can't.
she's
I just
on.
watch her. I watch her and I'm just like this.
I just
That's
can't sew.
literally, literally
I just
like
can't
that.
sew
That's
in
how I
peace that fast.
she's just freaking amazing. Tiffany to me is just, and then with everything she going through that she has in her life going on, she amazes me even more. It's just she is a person to be admired and just put up there as an incredible celebrity because she is. She is. God bless her talent. That's all I can say. I
Yeah,
will
Lisa.
never be able to reach that ever.
Lisa said that her celebrities will be Karen Brown, Angela
Yes.
Walters, and Stitch
I
by
like watching
Susan.
her. I can never do the work she does, but I like
Yeah,
watching.
I second that Angela Walters. I would like to meet her. I'm kind
So
of
down to
intimidated
earth.
by her
Yeah.
because she
She's so
makes
down.
it look so simple, and I try to
Yes.
copy it, and I'm going, it is not that simple.
And she does those
Not for
feathers,
me.
she does those feathers like it was nothing. And then the little bubbles next to it, and then the leaves, and I'm going, yeah, no.
You lost me 20,000 stitches
Oh
ago.
God. As soon as you put the needle in the quilt, yeah, I'm gone. I love her
And
though.
Teresa Louise says Tiffany is a sweetheart. So you guys have met. I am so jealous. Katie has joined the chat. She says hello, Tammy and Debbie. Hey, Katie. You can also drop your channel link into the chat. Do exclamation selfie. Same for you, Teresa. Y'all put it in. Joy T says yes, very very fun guy, very creative. He reminds me of Stephen West, out of the box knit designer.
Oh,
I think
oh,
if I'm
knit,
reading that correctly.
knit. I'm not
Everybody
into.
saying hi to everybody. It's Kennedy. She says hello, everyone. Hi, Alabama. Hi, it's
Hey, my son
Kennedy.
lives in Bama, girl. Holla at Alabama.
Well, she's saying hi to me, but she calls me Alabama. Um,
Oh,
she's one of my local gals. She calls me Alabama because I'm the only one from Alabama.
my son lives in Phoenix City, so
Okay, yeah.
that was
Well,
just down.
I grew up south of Birmingham, and then I lived in Huntsville for a decade, and I've lived in Montgomery, and then I lived halfway between Birmingham and Montgomery.
Wow.
So I've lived all over the state. I did not live in the Mobile area. I did not live in Dothan, and didn't live in the Coleman area. But of course, I drove through Coleman all the stinking time.
Okay.
So
Hello.
yeah, yep. Lisa says that she's been perusing Angela Walters' books because she's going to free motion applique quilt. What I'm drawing on my clear shower curtain doesn't look at all like her designs. Oh, preaching to the choir. It wouldn't look like her designs for me either.
I'll show you mine in a minute. Hold on. Wait till you see my creation.
Oh, as Kennedy goes, mine is So Becca. Yeah, I knew about that one. She would love to meet So Becca.
A
Like
lot of us would
seriously
love to see
fangirling.
that. A lot of us would.
Yeah. Lisa. Okay, Lisa has put in a question for you, Debbie. She
Okay.
wants to know what your favorite sewing snack is. We have an ongoing conversation with Lisa about sewing snacks. All right, so that's your coffee, right?
I cannot live without this. Snack.
Uh huh.
Snack. I really don't snack in here if I'm sewing because my fingers get all dirty. But my favorite snack of all snacks are cheese crackers, cheese
Ooh.
nips with peanut
Oh,
butter. That's my drop.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
cheese crackers with peanut butter. That's my go-to snack. I love it. And cheese potato chips and Cheetos. Anything with cheese. Yeah.
So you're a cheesy lady, is what you're saying.
Yes, I'm very cheesy. I'm
mine,
extremely cheesy.
mine is Gobstoppers. So
Uh-huh.
you guys, if you do not know me already, I have a
Oh,
silicone bag, and I fill
full of
it with
Gobstoppers.
Gobstoppers.
Oh, boy.
And I have to order them off of Amazon now because nobody local to me carries them. I've looked, believe me, I have looked everywhere, but nobody carries them.
A lot of states don't carry them anymore.
Yep. But I can still order them on Amazon. I just had a box arrive maybe about a week ago, and it comes with 12 per. I order a case. So I got 12 boxes of Gobstoppers. That'll last me a little bit, just a little bit.
Just a tad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's on auto ship. I think Lisa, hers is Correct me if I'm wrong, Lisa. I think it's peanut M&Ms and oh gosh, I can't. Is it? You're gonna have to remind me what the other one is. I know peanut M&Ms is on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Judy says fabric designers I would like to meet is Tim Holtz and Tula Pink. Judy says
I
so. Becca is
tried.
super nice.
I
I
can't
I,
meet you. Look,
I
she's right
can't
for me.
do the fabric designers.
No.
So here's where my disconnect is. I can meet pattern designers. I can meet sewing machine promoters. I can meet, teachers. I can meet I can meet all of those people. But when you put me in the same room with fabric designers, I just completely lose my mind because what they do is so artistic and so drawing driven, and I can't do that. Like, I can't even comprehend. Like, I can't even draw a stick figure, you guys. I mean, I do stuff on I draw stuff on paper, but I use rulers to do it. So I can't do stick figure families. I don't do all of that, and I can't just. I mean, I tried. I think that's why free motion quilting is so much of a challenge for me, is because
Yep.
I can't draw. It's not that I
Exactly.
don't try to draw. It's just that I can't. I mean, I can draw part of a curve. I mean, I can do that kind of stuff, but I can't like see a picture of a mountain with a waterfall
And do it. Yeah.
and convert that into anything 2D. Like I can take a picture of it. I can take a gorgeous picture of it. I'm a
I can
photographer. I can
trace
do
it.
that.
I can
Yeah.
trace it. It'll
I
be
can't trace
squiggly,
it.
but I'll trace it.
I can't even freaking trace. I'm tracing some medallions right now for my super secret quilts, and I am struggling to trace them. I am literally sitting there and going back over the lines that I drew to shift them over because I didn't draw them right. So yeah.
But see, that's the funny. In my family, my brother is an amazing artist. My son is incredible. My granddaughter, she is my pride and joy. She is extremely talented. She
Yeah.
is she is so talented. She has a anime characters, and she's created a whole storyboard
Oh
of that
wow.
anime character. She's got the whole storyboard out. If she ever gets to where she wants to go study, she's going to be famous because her drawings are just freakishly amazing. She's awesome.
I'm
Plus,
jealous.
she writes. My daughter writes. They write beautiful stories, amazing stories. The only one that is into the fabrics is me. Nobody else. My other sister, she crochets. She cross stitches, she crochets, she embroiders. She cannot sew for the life of her, but she does that stuff. Then my other sister is an amazing teacher. That's it. She can't do anything with her hands. But I mean, my family has a lot of art in it. We have a lot of talented people, but I cannot do the things they do. When my granddaughter sits down and just whips out a drawing, it's
Yeah.
like, oh my,
There's no way I can do that. My
oh
stepdaughter
no,
can do
she
that.
just whips it out. You tell her, Ariana, do this, and she does it. Her
Oh
concept of
yeah.
color is intense. She has an incredible concept of color and movement. Since she was a
I'm
baby, she was
jealous.
drawing, and her hair on all of her characters. You look at one of her characters and the hair's in movement. It's a
Oh my
caricature,
goodness.
but you see the hair and it's in movement. It's like, oh my God. I'm always gobstopped. I say it that way. I'm gobstopped anytime I see her talent.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
so proud of her. That's my granddaughter, Ariana Jamie, my
Well,
baby girl.
Katie's in the chat. Katie
Hi,
Greenland
Katie.
Quilters joined the chat. Laura says Tiffany's the first person that she found on YouTube because she did a near me search. She lives in Arizona and she's been watching Tiffany for almost 4 years. I'm kind of
Oh, wow.
jealous, but I think I've gone back and watched all of Tiffany's stuff from 4 years ago and further back. I binge watched Tiffany when I found her.
Yeah.
Lisa says my son loves Cheetos. When he's gaming, he uses chopsticks to eat them while he's playing.
Yep.
So if you've not thought of that one, Debbie.
No, I have these special sticks.
Okay.
It's a special thing that I got, and you put it in your hand and you pick it up. Your fingers never touch it. And you stick
Oh
it in,
my
but
gosh.
I'm too lazy to use it.
Well, Teresa Louise says she likes peanut butter M&Ms. Lisa came back and said that she loves the peanut butter M&Ms as well. Judy also loves them. So there is an overwhelming majority loving peanut butter M&Ms.
M&M.
Teresa is suggesting that we try drawing with the opposite hand and that it might help. I I would like that idea if I wasn't ambidextrous.
It
I
doesn't
can
work.
write I can write with both hands. I don't frequently write with my left because it isn't my dominant side. But I can write with both hands pretty equally if I put my mind to it. But so drawing with
I
my
just suck.
left doesn't.
I've come to live with the fact that I suck at free motion. I will continue to do it, but I accept the reality of my life and I suck at it. And I deal with it and I move on. Because yeah, I don't sell my quilts, so I'm good. I'm good. People
Oh my
always look,
gosh.
look. They don't believe me. Look. Okay, I want you to
Yep.
look.
I'm
Look.
gonna zoom in so I can see. Ah, that looks gorgeous. That
No,
looks
it
fun.
isn't. Tell the
From
truth. It's
here,
not. No.
from
I
here.
mean, from a car from 3 miles away, riding on a
Okay,
speeding car. Yeah.
I'm in Casper, Wyoming. If I say it's good, it's good.
It sucks. And I got nests all over the yang because my needle went crazy. So I have nests and more nests. And then here, tell that does not look pretty. Look at that mess.
No, you got a little bit to fix there with that nest. Yeah.
Okay. It's a
So
mess,
when
but yeah, but I did it.
so
I
when you
did it.
go
I
to
tried.
when you go to clip those nests out,
Yes, fine.
just make sure that you're pulling those threads back far enough that then you can pull them to one side or the other, like pull them to the top and then knot and pull them through.
How do you
Or
avoid a nest?
um, learning your machine a little bit better, taking your time, don't rush it. Um, you may start hearing your machine make some noises when it's going to nest.
Yeah.
So being more in tune to listening to your machine is going to play into it as well. You may also feel like a different tension as you're like moving the
Yeah,
fabric.
because I would feel
Um,
like it was sticking,
yep.
like it was
So
stuck.
anytime it does that, go ahead and stop. Check the back, make sure that it isn't nesting. If it is, go ahead and back it out then, because then that's easier than trying to fix it after the fact.
Gotcha.
I mean, either way works, but it's easier, in my opinion, to fix it
Oh, I
when it's
did what you
happening.
just said, and I got that. Oh,
Yeah.
it worked. What you said. Thank
Yay!
you.
Yes. Yeah, just clip into the
Oh,
threads and then
yeah, because I have it
unravel
untied
it.
up.
Uh
Yep.
huh. Yep. And you want to bury your threads. That
Yeah.
way, it'll increase the durability. It's Kennedy was saying to Judy that she's not a fangirl person in life, but she probably wouldn't be able to speak if she met Becca in person. She would be
Okay.
fangirling.
Oh
Uh,
Lord, that would happen to me if I met Chris.
that
If
would be
and
me if
there's
I. That'd be me with Tiffany probably.
yeah, if I met, I mean, I love Chris so much. One of the first people to reach out to me when I started. I mean, the very first video was Chris.
Oh my
And it's like
gosh.
I was so I was awestruck. I freaked out. I screamed to my daughter. I said, "Oh my God. Oh my God." I'm literally, I was fangirling all over the place. I went nuts because she made a comment on my video. She
That's
sent me an
amazing.
email, and it was like, oh my freaking heck. My favorite person saw my video. It's like, oh my God. It was just freaking amazing. It's an experience that I will never forget. That's why if I ever got to meet her in person, I'd lose it.
Oh my
I would
gosh.
lose it. I would totally lose it. Yes. There's only
Well,
one other person that would make me lose it. And it's not a quilter. It's like if I ever get to meet Kelly Clarkson, I want to bring her home and make her a meal. I want to bring her here and have her have a dinner with my family and just laugh all day long. I adore Kelly Clarkson. I absolutely adore her. And I would adopt her in a minute, bring her home, have Thanksgiving dinner with her here, with her and the kids, and just goof around all day.
well, that's how
That's
you
it.
improve your ratings, Debbie. You're gonna get an immediate extra following from letting Kelly
I,
Clarkson on
I,
the channel.
I'm telling you, if I got Kelly Clarkson here, girl, no, I'd she'd be all for me. I wouldn't share. Uh-uh. I would
No
not share
sharing,
that.
huh?
No, not Kelly. Kelly is, wow, she's just an amazing singer. She just always awestrucks me. And she's just fabulous. And I love her personality and just the way she is with her kids and everything else. I adore her. I truly adore her. So she's the only other person I would fangirl over is Chris over on this side and Kelly on that side, and that's it. Nobody else. I mean, everybody else I love and admire, yes. And Donna, I would cry because as soon as I see Donna, I'm gonna cry and we're gonna hug and I'm gonna cry some more. But yeah, no. Kelly would be just, and I'd be nervous as hell because I'd be, oh my God, it's Kelly. Oh my God, that's how I'd be. I'm telling you, I know myself. But with
Well,
Chris, it'd just be, yes, because she's
well,
freaking awesome.
Lisa said that she used to really struggle drawing hearts with her long arm until she started drawing them on the left side first, and then she could mirror the right side.
You're gonna try to
So,
convince me it's not gonna happen. People understand this. I know my limitations. I'm not gonna do it.
she's
I
also
tried. I
she's
tried.
also on board with the peanut butter M and M's too.
Another one. Okay.
Yep. Judy says it's Kennedy. You would be able to talk with Becca. She is so nice and would make you feel at ease. That's awesome.
That's
Donnell said I am back. That's how
Donnell.
she wrote it.
Donnell fangirled over Becca the other day.
I believe it.
Fangirling all
Yep.
things. I saw
Um,
it firsthand. She fangirled like crazy.
Laura says that she's right-handed, but she was able to crochet left-handed to teach her son. See, I can write upside down and backwards
Okay,
without
I
thinking
can
about it.
read, but I can't do it.
I can write upside down and backwards, but getting
Okay, you're
the
very
fluid
human.
motions.
Tammy,
Huh?
Tammy, are you human or are you an alien?
I am human. I promise.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I promise. I am human.
Okay.
Let's see. Judy says that she can't free motion on a regular machine, but the long arm makes it a little easier. Yeah, I've got an 18-inch throat long arm. It's a sit down long arm, and it is a lot easier to free motion than on this baby. So yeah,
Well, I free
it's
motioned
definitely
on mine. I mean, I use my FOF. That's why I bought it because
yeah
I'm not buying a long arm. I do not aspire to being a long arm quilter ever.
yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
You didn't go to QuiltCon, did you? I didn't think so. Katie was asking if you'd gone to QuiltCon this year. Donnell says she would die a happy woman if she ever met Reba McEntire. Donnell,
Yes.
I get her first. I get her first.
I might see Dolly pretty soon because I live in Ringgold. I live right off Ringgold, and she's here in Ringgold all the time. They have a special Dolly Parton Day, and she comes
Okay.
down and signs books and does everything.
Oh wow.
This year I might go. I'm a homebody.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
I
a little
don't go
bit.
out much. I don't go out much. I don't like going out. I did so
Kate,
much of that when I was young, and
yeah, Katie says that she'd be a happy camper if she met Bon Jovi and his wife. Apparently, John Bon Jovi and Katie share the same birth month and year.
John Bon Jovi's still hot. Man is gorgeous.
Donnell said Becca is so freaking amazing. She's such a wonderful person and friend. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Okay. So most of you already know I've met Ricky Timms.
You met him?
I've met Ricky Timms in person.
Is he nice?
He is so nice. He's so nice.
He
I
seems
met him. I've met him in person more than once.
Oh.
He was at Paducah every year when I was able to go to Paducah. I have a picture with me and my service dog at the time, Bones, and Ricky Timms after one of his concerts. Because I was like, my friends back home are not going to believe I met you. So I was like, I've got to get a picture. And he was absolutely, super sweet about it. And then I bought a Ricky Timms edition for Nina, then went to Paducah the following year and asked him if he would sign it. And he said, absolutely, just bring it back by when, you come back through. And so I brought my machine back, and I have video somewhere, but I've got picture as well of him literally with my machine signing my machine in Sharpie.
Oh, that is cool.
And he signed it in 2016. So I've met him. I've met Kimberly Imo.
Oh,
She
from Fat
is
Quarter Shop? No.
no, Kimberly. She's a Janome
Oh,
instructor,
okay.
and she's got the kangaroos, and
Mm,
there's a fabric line or whatever that she's come out with. She spent some time in Australia,
nice.
and so she brought back that and designed fabric line around it and all of that. But she's a fabulous teacher. Let's see who else have I met. I've met George Siciliano. If you've never heard of him, he is. His wife was more famous as a quilter than he was to begin with. Her name is Virginia. She does amazing applique work, Rose of Sharon, all of
Wow, those are
the
sharp.
the
Ooh,
stunning
those
quilts.
are really hard. Yeah.
He does the miniatures, and it's all foundation piecing. He's got a product out called Foldy Stuff, and I mean, a quilt this big will have thousands of pieces in it. I mean,
Oh,
it's absolutely insane. And he works with silks now, but he got to start quilting because he kept giving Virginia ideas, and she finally got fed up with him, and she said, "Here's a machine. Learn to do it yourself." Um, so
I'm
I
hoping
fell.
to do that with my daughter one day.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
kidding.
I fell in love. I mean, it was fantastic. So I've taken classes from him. I don't think he and Virginia can travel to Paducah anymore.
Oh,
Um, but because they're getting up there, but he's still got patterns out and all.
I'd love to
Um,
go to Paducah. Paducah's not that far from me. I'd
it's
love to
not that
be able
far.
to go.
It is absolutely worth it. Bring your pocketbook.
Now, see, that's
Um,
the only thing that's holding me back. I know myself. It's like I try to tell people they don't get it. I know who I am. If I go to a show, I have to have money because if not, I can't go because then I'll be
you'll be wanting
sighing in every
everything.
corner. Yeah,
Yep.
no.
So Paducah's worth going to. Who else did I meet? Renee Merrill. She does mandala spiral quilts.
Ooh, those
She
are
taught a class at
beautiful.
Paducah about that. But I'm
Those are
going to Quilt Wyoming this year, and so we will see what my Quilt Wyoming experience ends up being like and who I take. It may
video.
all be. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Don't quote me that I'll get it done.
A
I went
good
to.
selfie stick and do it.
Well, I'm not really good
And
at
make
that.
couture. I started watching her
Uh,
because I love it when she goes to the shows and she
yeah.
goes and she shows you everything. It's like you're there with her. That's how I started watching her. I
Well,
just love watching her go to the shows and talk to the people and go into the booths and I see it's like I'm there. So I don't have to spend the money, but I enjoy the
yeah.
experience.
I can't do the. I struggle with that. But I did take some pictures that I'm gonna show Tuesday of
Yes,
the quilt show I just went to.
yes.
It was a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be because the way it was advertised, I thought it was going to be a whole lot bigger. They had three vendors for the whole show. And about a third of the show was um, featured presenter quilts. So, like a trunk show kind of thing, not actually entered quilts for the show. So, I was a little disappointed by that. Um, if I'd gone on Saturday, I still could have gone to the local quilt shop that was in town, but I didn't. I couldn't go that day, so I basically spent all this time getting out there and then coming home, and it was not what I'd been billed
It
that it
was
was going to be.
disappointing.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
a little disappointing. All right, so let me catch up with the chat real quick. Judy says she would love to meet Dolly Parton, uh, and that Bon Jovi graduated with her nephew. Katie says yes, he's super hot. I think he's hotter in his older age than younger years. Lisa says that her husband was just talking about wanting to meet John Bon Jovi.
there you go.
Vicky's in the chat. Hi, Vicky. Glad you are here. I promise I
How
wasn't
you
ignoring
feeling,
you.
kid?
Getting everybody into the chat here in a minute. Uh, Lisa says I like Kimberly Imo's Done Before Dinner project. Yes, that is what I was trying to think of. She's famous for Done Before Dinner. Um, she says that she learns a lot about different feet and stitches on her machine, but the Done Before Dinner project, you're getting an entire project, in a few hours. It's not huge or whatever, and you have something that's completed. So but she's a really great instructor. She really is.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, then I have
let's
never heard of her.
see. Katie says, yeah, I'd love to meet them. I've never been to a live concert, but if I had the chance, it would be Bon Jovi, Journey, Scorpions, and Styx, and Foreigner. Uh, it's gonna
Okay,
be.
you just dated yourself there.
Yes, you did, Katie. Sorry,
You
but you
did.
did.
You
It's
did.
Kennedy. It's Kennedy says, I'm so shy. I never comment. Also, Becca's channel. Everyone is talking about pretty amazing people. Almost all of them do awesome things for other people. I love those kinds of people. Yes, it's Kennedy.
Kennedy, you can
Absolutely.
do it too. Don't be intimidated by anybody. You can
Oh,
do it.
she's got some amazing work.
There you
I've
go.
got I've got
Done.
something she submitted to share um for the show and tell, and I forgot to share it last month, so I've got to get it in for this month.
Yes, please.
So don't let me forget. It's Kennedy. Do not let me forget. It is on you now.
Yep.
JT asking Vicky how she's doing. Let's
Yeah, she's been
see.
out. She's been a little out.
Yeah, she's been under the weather. Teresa Louise is rubbing it in. She says, Katie, I've seen all of them except Bon Jovi. um, oh, okay. Katie, you just got owned. Lisa said, I sang with Foreigner once when I was in college.
Oh,
Lisa's
wow.
got a good voice. She's awesome. She's one of my local gals as well.
Wow.
Judy says the hotel prices for Paducah is so expensive. I would love to go to the Paducah Quilt Show. So the way to do Paducah, this is from a previous Paducah frequenter. You wait until the show ends, give them about a week, maybe two, and then you start calling. You ask for a cancellation room. So you are going ahead and booking for next year. So you would be booking for 2025 right now. You cannot book any further out than that, but you should be able to start booking. If not this week, you should be able to start booking next week for Paducah for 2025. And you just start calling all of the hotels in Paducah proper to book there. Otherwise, you're going to be staying 30 minutes out, probably in Patty's 1880 settlement area or up in Metropolis. Both of those are options. Yes, they may still be expensive, but you're also going to be driving a good distance into town every day. It took me 3 years to get into Paducah. I stayed in Patty's 1880s one year, and I stayed in Metropolis the other year. It took me a while to get into Paducah because I didn't know how to do it. That's how you do it, is you wait until a week, maybe two after the last show ends, and then you start calling.
And you start
Um,
booking. That's interesting.
yep. Vicky says that she's still in a bit of pain from surgery, but she's just thankful to be alive. Absolutely.
Amen. Preach
Um,
it.
yep. Let's see. Let's see. Katie says that Teresa, I've never been to any live concert. Donnell's sending big hugs and prayers for speedy recovery to Vicky. Katie's asking, how is that dating myself? Katie, when you are a teenager and you are listening to the music that is popular when you're a teenager, that's typically the music you're going to listen to as an adult.
Katie,
Eh,
you're in your early 50s. That's where you live, more or less. Or late 40s, early 50s. That's your age.
yeah,
By just saying journey, yes.
there will be kids that listen to that music, and there will
Yeah.
be older people that listen to that music, but the entire generation, that that was their music because that they were
Yep.
teenagers during that time. There's music that I listen to that if I start listing out the names of the songs, you'll either think I'm my age or you'll think I'm older because I had an older brother that influenced my teenage music development.
I had a mom that listened to everything. I know Buddy
Oh,
Holly, and I wasn't even born when he started.
oh no, I knew Buddy Holly. I my mom listened to she listened to oldies. There were
Yes.
oldies when I was a teenager.
Yep.
So she listened to oldies, and my dad listened to some country, more bluegrass country.
I love it.
And then my mom would occasionally listen to current country. I listened to a lot of current country. Then my brother introduced me to 90s grunge.
Uh-huh.
I love 90s grunge. Is it appropriate for all situations? Of course not. But
Grunge
there's
is a
some so-
very acquired taste. Grunge
it
is
is an acquired taste. It is. But I can listen to almost anything The only things I can't listen to, and you guys will laugh because most of my intro music has no words to it, but I can't listen to music that has no words to it. I have to
Uh,
have words to all of my music because my brain does not process music properly. So I
um,
have to have words, otherwise
I
my
knew
brain,
somebody that was like that. Yeah.
yeah,
You couldn't
it's
listen
the
to music
weirdest thing
alone.
in the world. A lot of people don't get it.
No,
Um,
it is a condition though.
yeah, so
Love
there's
that.
a lot of my intro music will have words, or it will be a couple of, a couple of trusted tunes that I can handle. But yeah, there's a lot of music I can't listen to because of the no words thing.
I'm a
Um,
Queen freak. I love Queen.
all right, Michelle has said that she's gotten to meet the Bellamy Brothers, Mary Wilson of the Supremes, and Jerry Reed. Okay, that tells me how old you are. Uh, Katie says that those bands have been singing 40 or more years. Exactly. Um, Joey T says, I live near Bon Jovi. He is a fabulous person. It's Kennedy said, okay, don't forget. You know I'm going to forget. That's why I told you it's on you now.
Yes.
Katie says, oh, and I'd love to meet Elton John. Vicky says, oh, if it weren't for everyone's prayers, I don't think I would be here.
Oh, that's
I
okay.
used to
We
go.
love you, girl. We got
Yeah,
you.
we do. We're here for you, Vicky. She says that she used to go to school with the Missions, who made up Creedence Clearwater Country Western. Yeah, my husband listens
CCR. No,
to.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
Oh my God, Credence. I was a kid. During the
yeah.
Vietnam War, I was a baby. I'm not a baby, I was a young child. And all you could hear in the late 60s was Credence. Everywhere
Mm-hmm.
you went, it was Credence. I grew up
Yeah,
on Credence. Oh, I know
I
every
think
single
that's.
song of Credence Clearwater Revival.
I think
CCR
I think
to
that's
the end of
what
time.
my husband's deal is, because
Oh, I love
that was
Credence.
the time he was growing up too. He's older than me.
Right.
Donnell said they were playing my teenage me favorite songs that are now on the oldies. Felt it was such a slap in the face. Well, Donnell, welcome to the club. Judy says I would be thrilled to meet Kid Rock, met the Bellamy Brothers and Marty Stewart.
Crazy. It is crazy. I
Um,
love them.
yeah, Vicky loved Creedence Clearwater, and she would love to meet Kid Rock as well. Yes, Joey T, we are going to keep praying for Vicky. Absolutely.
Yes, we
Bellamy
will.
Brothers and Marty Stewart are the best. Let's see.
Cece's here. Cece. Hi, Cece.
Yeah.
I gotta say
Oh,
hi to
well,
Cece.
yes, that's Charlotte.
Cece.
Yes. Yeah, her name's Charlotte.
Her
Yep.
name's Charlotte?
Yep,
Okay,
her
now
name's
I know.
Charlotte.
Charlotte,
Yep.
my
Katie
buddy.
says, I cannot live without music. No, I can't live without music
Nobody can.
either. I just have to have words. That's my thing. Is I have to have words. That's it.
So you like rap
Um,
then? Because rap, that's all it is.
I listen to some rap. I don't listen to all, but I do listen to some.
Yes.
Don't ask me all of the current brands because I'm the only one in the house that listens to it, so it takes me forever to learn a band's name. Donnell says, I love Loretta Lynn and used to live an hour from the Dude Ranch. Yes, I love Loretta Lynn as
Loretta's
well.
Loretta. I mean, Loretta's you.
Um, Michelle says, I'm 56, so they're technically before my time. Katie says, first song I heard by Elton John was Crocodile Rock on the Muppets. The minute I saw and heard that song, I was hooked. Oh my goodness.
Pinball Wizard. You gotta listen to Pinball Wizard.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. We're not getting catchy songs in my head.
Okay.
Lisa says, I love the Muppets. I have Muppetopia in the basement. I also have some shelves dedicated to Harry Potter and Star Wars. Why am I not surprised?
You have to understand, Muppets started when I was 10, 11 years old. And the very first song the Muppets had, which was Rubber Ducky,
Oh
okay,
gosh.
which became a hit on the Billboard charts. I was 11, 12 years old, and we would sing it on the way to school and come back. And I even do the voice. I'm not going to do it now, but I
Please
can
don't.
do his voice. I sing Rubber Ducky, and
Oh
my kids
gosh.
grew up hearing me sing to them Rubber Ducky. That is the best song ever in all of
Could
creation. And the
could not do
Kermit song. Oh, it's not easy being green. Oh, girl, I'm telling you, Muppet song?
it.
Yes. Muppets rock all the time.
Don
Yes.
has Don has commented in. My kids keep me current on their new music.
Yes.
It's Kennedy says it's Kermit. Let's have a Muppet party. Yep.
Wait. Vicky, John Fogerty asked you out and you said no. You said no to John
You're
Fogerty?
jumping ahead of me.
I
But
know.
okay,
I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
It's just John Fogerty. You said no to John? Why?
Oh,
Oh,
oh my goodness. So Katie's in here saying I don't listen to country and definitely can't listen to metal or hip hop. Um, and she also said that she can't stand the language in rap. I understand. That's why I'm limited on what rap I listen to.
yeah. There's a
Um,
couple that don't
I
have any.
mean, there. So for me, my taste in music actually follows the musicality of the music. It
Mhm.
doesn't follow the genre.
Yeah.
So if it is a song that I can handle my teenage kid listening to with me, yeah, there might be some language that wouldn't be okay. But if it's stuff I could handle hearing someone say to me in person, then it's fine. If it's
Yeah.
something that I really wouldn't want to listen to somebody saying to me all day, no, I'm not going to listen to it. It doesn't matter what the genre is. So
They're gonna listen to it anyway.
I'm gonna listen to what is musically pleasing to my ears. Joy T says that she can't get into country. Yeah, I mean, and not everybody can. And new country is not like old country.
I love
So
country. Period. Any
there's
country. Country is a genre. Country is just a story. Every country song is a story.
yeah, and
It's
that's
just
that's one of
storytelling.
those. That's one of the things is that country music, especially, and we're a quilting channel. We're talking about music. Uh,
Yes. Hey, girl, let
uh,
me tell you something. Wherever I am, you're going to talk about everything except quilting. Believe me.
um, so the yeah, it all goes to the story of the music.
Yes.
So there's
The
artists that I
storytelling.
will listen to no matter what genre they sing in. Um,
So let me ask
and
you this. Who's your
sure,
favorite singer?
do I have to list one? I mean,
The favorite of all.
this is gonna sound really odd because I mean I really don't have one.
I know.
Um,
You had to choose one. Which one would you
if
choose?
I had to choose one that I could listen to and not scratch my eyeballs out for listening to it that much, it would probably have to be Alanis Morissette.
Oh,
Um, when I was pregnant with my son, I had to do a road trip from Florida back to Mississippi solo. And I was 8 months pregnant doing that trip by myself. And the only way that I could get my baby to settle and not keep kicking me and making me uncomfortable the whole way was to play Alanis Morissette. I had two CDs and I wore both of them out on that trip. As long as Alanis Morissette was playing, then
the
everything
baby's
would
fine.
settle. If the song stopped and the music completely stopped or it changed to a different artist or different singer, like I played, whatever was on the radio and it was a guy singing, forget it. It had to be Alanis Morissette for the baby. So
I love
I,
it.
it's not. I mean, she's not my be all and end all, but it's her music is melodical enough that I could
Yeah.
handle it. But I've got some unusual tastes.
Oh, okay. Give me one
Like,
of the unusual ones.
have you ever heard of Abney Park?
Never.
um, let's see. So the steampunk genre. I've listened to music in the steampunk
My
genre.
granddaughter loves steampunk.
hmm
Yeah.
I listen to um, gosh, I mean, I listen to this so much. Like, I mean, so like one of my bands that I've got 21 Pilots on, one of my speed dials. I've got Candlebox on my speed dial. I've got Nirvana. I mean,
Okay, Nirvana. I never
yeah,
liked Nirvana. I don't
I
know why. My kids adored Nirvana. I was
the
never.
there's only one band that is very divisive. I cannot handle Beastie Boys. And that is one of the bands that a lot of people who like the 90s grunge, they love Beastie Boys. Mm-mm. I
Can't do
cannot
Beastie.
stand them. I cannot
No,
stand them. They hurt my ears.
I didn't like Nirvana because his music for me was always so depressing, and I
Well,
but that was to me. My
Yeah.
sons adored Nirvana. Okay. In my house, that's all you would hear. They listened to Beastie Boys, Nirvana, all that music, but it wasn't my taste. I don't mind it. I just, mm,
Well,
my
like if
music
I
has to be different. It's
well
just,
see if you it depends on like what you're trying to do, because then are you listening for pick me up music? Are you listening for chill music?
I
That
listen
kind of
to
thing.
music because it makes me happy. My whole life has been around music. I was a musician for many years. My mom was only 16 years older than me. So in my house, ever since I was a baby, there was always music.
Yeah.
And I grew up with rock and roll, real rock and roll. Okay. Jerry Lee Lewis, uh, all those people from that epoch, at that time frame. But then I was also in a Puerto Rican household. So I had salsa music and merengue music with rock and roll, with the Supremes and the Temptations, with everything. So all different types of genre. I love them all. But songs that make me sad, I don't like. I don't care what genre they're in. If it's a song that's going to make me feel sad, no. I like music to give me positive vibes, make me feel good, or tell me a story. If you're going to tell me a story, tell me a story. But
Yeah.
don't get me depressed. I don't need to get more depressed than I am at times. So yeah, no, I can't deal with depressive music. No. But Alanis was like an anthem. I loved her
Yeah.
because her music was an anthem at that time.
Yeah.
And it just, oh, it's like Shania at that time. Shania in the 90s.
Mm.
She was a trailblazer for women. Shania
She
did a lot for women during the 90s.
she
She
did.
made country music
I
sexy.
I struggle with Shania because for me, with my experience with when she rose to fame and everything else, it was kind of the same problem that a lot of people had with Britney Spears, and um, they would have problems with people that like now we're not having problems with people who have this, but it's that viral rise to fame, and Shania had that, and you heard her everywhere, or at least I
Yeah.
did.
Oh,
And
that
so
yes. Because
and so like
before, yeah,
all
they
you
would just,
heard was Shania, and
that's the problem. But I really liked her music per se. It's like when Katy Perry came out with Roar. I love
yeah,
that song.
but it's
It's
so overplayed.
Yeah,
That
but
was my
see the thing,
problem with some of it.
yeah, my problem, no, I don't have a problem. My thing is I have a playlist of powerful women songs.
Yeah,
When I need to feel empowered like a woman, I go and listen to those songs.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I do. Like Roar gives me, I don't like Katy Perry, but I love that song. Okay. It's the song. The song has a meaning for me in a moment. In a given moment, that's what I'll listen to. When I get into my Puerto Rican face, that I want to hear Puerto Rican music, I don't listen only to salsa. I go and listen to our cultural music. Because I used to be a musician. I used to go out and sing in parrandas, which is something you do in Puerto Rico at Christmas time. So when I feel that nostalgia, I go back and listen to that. I'll listen to musicians that people haven't heard of in years in Spanish. I'll go back and listen to the Beatles. I love the Beatles. I grew up with the Beatles in my house. My mom knew every single song they ever wrote, ever. We saw them on the Ed Sullivan Show. I was 5 years old when they came out on the Ed Sullivan Show. My
Oh my
mom had
gosh.
Beatlemania moment. She started screaming like a crazy person. I grew up with music, so I love music. I
Yeah.
listen to opera. I love Placido Domingo. Yes, it's music makes me happy. Music gives me joy. But
Oh
if
my
it
goodness.
depresses me, I cry because there are songs
Oh,
that make me cry.
we got a whole bunch of chat. Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord, they went
Uh,
crazy.
so let's go back. A lot of people are saying that they don't like country because it's a lot of drinking and lost
That's
their
Roadhouse
girl.
music, people.
That is Roadhouse
Our
music.
genres.
That is
Yeah.
not that is not true country.
No,
Um,
that's yeah.
Charlotte says that played the Eagles all through her pregnancy with her daughter. She still loves them 34 years
Yes,
later.
I love the Eagles.
Um, And Donnell says, when I say rap, I'm referring to the 80s and 90s rap, not today's, probably mine too.
Yeah.
I couldn't date what songs that I listen to. I can tell you which songs, but I'm not going to. But
I just read something. I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna wait till you get there. Oh my
oh
God, I
dear.
cannot believe that.
So Katie said, "Here's one for you, Tammy." And they're coming to take me away, haha. They're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee hee, haha, ho ho, to the funny farm where the life is beautiful all the time. Yes, I know that song, Katie. Thank you. Uh, Don says, "You play country backwards, you get your girl back, you get your dog back." Don, we will discuss that later.
God, that was amazing. I am laughing when I read that. I just couldn't look. I'm red. Oh my God, that was funny.
Don, you and I are going to have a
Oh,
discussion about that later. Uh,
that was
okay.
too good. Oh, Don, that was
Oh.
amazing. You made me laugh. Look, look,
You've
look
got
at
her
what I got.
blushing. You've got her blushing, not me. You've got her blushing.
Okay,
Oh
okay.
my goodness.
I'm gonna get it
My
under control. I promise. I promise.
Katie
Okay.
says that her top
Oh,
two favorite songs are "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me" and "Come Sail Away."
oh,
Um, let's see.
I love
Lisa's
that
laughing
song.
at Don's comment as well. Uh,
It was
Katie
funny.
says the first time that her kids heard that song, they were rolling on the floor in laughter, and they shared it with their friends. Their friends thought I must have been nuts to think it was funny. Yes, I've heard that song quite a bit. Charlotte asks, anyone else love swing? I
Yes,
I'm
yes.
not a big fan of swing, but mainly because again, it doesn't have words.
I love swinging.
Like
I love watching them
so,
dance swing.
yeah.
Oh, I would have loved to learn how to do a swing. Oh,
I
that
would
would
have
be
loved to. I would love to learn, but I definitely couldn't do it without the music, without the words. Like if I'm dancing to it, that's one thing, but just sitting listening,
oh, I
I
love
can't
swing
do anything
music.
with
Swing
that.
music just
Um,
it hypes me up. It gets you pumped. It's just great music. It is good. Very good.
Lisa's Lisa's timing in with that. Donnell says that she loves Five Finger Death Punch, Imagine Dragons. I love listen to both of
I
those.
like Imagine Dragons. I do.
Yeah, I
My
do too.
grandkids love Imagine Dragons.
Um, let's see. Vicky says the day he stuck my very long hair in the old inkwell that was full of ink, not counting he would push me down on the playground and many other bad things. I have no clue.
She's
So
talking about, yeah, she's talking about this guy.
oh okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, okay, Vicky, I understand now. I'm sorry, but I'll date him. Even now, I will date him in a heartbeat. I'm single.
okay. Um, it's Kennedy agrees with Donnell's. Those are good bands. Oh my goodness, it completely dropped. Hang on, let me go back up. There we go. Uh, Charlotte says that she lived with her grandparents for years and fell in love with swing. Uh,
Fun.
Charlotte
Swing.
also is asking, says that she loves opera. Michelle loves opera as well. Um,
Beautiful.
Katie says her parents were into country and Elvis Presley. I don't get why they liked either, as young as I was then. Uh,
I never got Elvis. Never understood
oh,
it.
did you see it's Kennedy's post?
Yes, I just love it. I just love it.
Okay, go ahead and sing it.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
It's Kennedy. You have succeeded in your
Kennedy and I.
plan.
Kennedy, I like you.
She's a sweetheart. Ah, Liana's here. She says hi. Hi, Liana.
I'm
You
sorry.
are joining the laughing, hysterically laughing quilting
Kennedy
crew.
made me laugh with the hippopotamus.
Oh,
Oh, that was funny. That just was just hilariously funny. Oh God.
apparently,
Oh man.
according there's a song that you can't put the title in the chat. I understand that.
Is that the
Uh,
new girl that has the song that she dedicated to her mama?
I don't know. We'll have to see if she commented it
Yeah.
later.
Leanna,
Liana says that
Leanna.
she's leaving the hospital to go get some sleep. She'll be listening. She just can't comment since she's going to start driving. That is no worries, Liana. I heard this morning what's going on, or
We're
heard this
praying,
afternoon
girl.
what's going on. Prayers are with you. Prayers are
Estamos
with you,
orando. Mami,
sweetheart.
cuídate. Yep.
Yep. Charlotte says, Katie, I never got the country or the Elvis either. Lisa, there we go. She's a classically trained singer. Her favorite group is a vocal group from England called Voces 8. I got to meet my idol soprano 2 summers ago because her hubby took her to see them live as a present.
You're classically trained.
She is. She is. She's got an amazing voice. Absolutely amazing voice.
I just sang.
I
I was
get
not
treated to it very, somewhat regularly. I'm very
classically
pleased.
trained is classically trained. Those
Yes.
people can sing. Yeah.
Let's see. Vicky said, go back a few chats and you can read why I wouldn't date. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Don't know how many parents thought country was Christian, like music. Christian like music while labeling rock Satan's music. Yeah, that's a
Country
whole other
music,
issue.
no, country music can be
Yeah,
strong.
yeah, it can be.
And
Okay, that Jeremiah was a bullfrog, Michelle. Yes,
yes,
I had a friend that was her favorite song.
I saw Three Dog Night in Waterbury, Connecticut. Three Dog Night and the Who. Queen was there, but I didn't know who Queen was. I was 8 or 7 years old at that time. But I was in Lowe's Poli Theater. I was walking outside, and the band was walking in. And I love Three Dog Night because yes, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Dun dun dun. What? Yeah, don't get me started. I love
Uh,
that song.
all right, so everybody else is still going with the music thing. I do have a question for you though.
Okay,
Um,
hit me, girl. Hit me. I'm here.
Let's go back to quilting for a minute.
Going back to
Um,
quilting, people.
yes, we're going back to quilting. We are quilters. There's a reason we are on a quilting channel. So we're gonna hang out with quilting for a bit. What do you love most about quilting? What is it for you that's quilting?
I think, wow, that's a good question. I love fabric. I've always loved fabric because I've been sewing for many, many years. So I've always loved the touch and feel of fabric. It makes me happy. But quilting is, how do I say this? It's something that helps me create without having to be so strict. Like the way I learned how to sew was with patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the pattern out, put it on the fabric, follow the instructions,
Yes.
yada
Preach
yada.
to the choir. Yes.
But quilting, I read the pattern, but I can play with it.
Oh yeah.
I can get out of it. I can go into it. If it doesn't come out perfect, it doesn't matter because it still goes together. There's still a cohesiveness to it. And it makes me happy. That's why, like I've always said, I am not a perfect quilter. My quilts are not perfect. I fudge things all the time. I will make it fit one way or the other. It doesn't matter to me. It's the creative process that makes me happy. If it looks pretty, yay, I did a great job. If it doesn't look pretty, yay, I finished it.
That
And
works.
it keeps my brain occupied. It's like when I read a book, like we were talking, I get into the story. I see it in my head. I visualize it. I live it. I live the story. With quilting, it's the same way. I cut the fabric. I can see what I'm doing. I understand it. And as these 4 years have gone by, these 5 years have gone by, I'm getting better at it. I'm getting to the point where I can see, okay, now I understand this process. Now I know how to do this. It'll come out good sometimes. It won't come out perfect the next time, but it's
Mm-hmm.
coming out better. I've done a couple of projects 3 or 4 times because I want to make it better. I
Yeah.
want it to look the way it's supposed to look. So it makes me happy that I can do that. It makes me happy that I'm learning and it keeps me occupied so that I can keep on learning. Because one thing quilting is, you never stop learning.
That is true. That is
Quilting
very
is
true.
so vast. Like I see that quilt that you have there, and I look at it and I'm so freakishly amazed by it because I know that with what I know now, I could never even attempt it
I can
because
pet
it
it.
would not come out. But look how beautiful. And I love looking at it. I think that's why I like watching Dave. It's not something I would ever do, but watching the way his creative process is makes me happy. That's why Tiffany intimidates me because the way her mind sees something and she doesn't need a pattern, she picks up a piece of fabric and attacks it and makes the most amazing projects. Makes me happy watching them and knowing, okay, I can't do that, but I can do this. You see what I mean?
I do.
That's why it makes me see things better. like I'm learning now I'm learning about colors and how dark, mediums, and lights, and how to look for those contrasts when you're making scrappy, because I love scrappy.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me happy. So now I'm learning how to look at fabric and putting them into those three categories and making those colors mesh, even though they don't look it, but they do. I learned a lot with Karen Brown about that. That's where I learned about more about that kind of stuff. And with Chris, seeing how they use those contrasts, seeing how they put them together. So it gives me ideas. And then my brain goes crazy. And that's what I like. My
Yeah.
brain constantly in motion. I'm thinking, okay, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? The other day I asked on the live, somebody give me an idea for a very simple baby quilt. Lisa from Awkward Quilter GA, she sent me a very basic one that it's basic. I could have done it, but she gave it to me. When I saw it, I said, oh, wait. And then I went into my stash and I said, okay, I can do this, 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 this. The idea was there. She gave me the idea. I played with the rest of it and I came out with what I wanted. That's what I love about quilting. I
I
just, it's
I
so
love
cool.
being able to create a pattern and create a semblance of something out of whatever I've got in front of me.
Well, see, I
Um,
have an idea for a quilt and it's in my head. I just don't know how to put it to paper. I have an idea of what I want to do. I know the color scheme I want to use. I know what I want it to look like. I just haven't been able to bring what I see in my head to what I know, and be
yeah.
able to create the design for it. But I'm going to. It's there and it's not coming out. It's going to be, I will make it. When? I don't know, but I will make it because
Well,
it's there.
you saw the Fat Quarter Friendly project. She's already seen, you guys. If you haven't already heard the Fat Quarter Friendly project that I've got coming up this month, she has already seen the block. She's seen one of them. I've got a couple more. I've got another block that's going with it, but she hasn't seen that one yet.
No.
You guys wanted something that used up a fat quarter. This
Hmm.
is going to use up every bit of that fat quarter. You're not going to
That's
have a whole bunch left over. I love doing that. That is my thing. Is where I get to um, take what you've got available and turn it into something and use up as much of it as you can without running out. I mean, well, you're going to run out, but without wasting any of it.
yeah.
Um,
You don't like waste.
that's
I
that's
just love,
therapeutic for me.
yeah.
Um,
Scraps
and
make me
then
happy.
I understand that. We've got some comments on this. Charlotte says quilting is her sanity. It's Kennedy says that the sound of her machine, it has a calming sound. Joy T says it's my mental therapy, calming, creative, no holds barred, addictive, and I will throw in with that. Um, Somebody asked me the other day because my service dog I trained him myself, and people see how well behaved he is, and I leave the dog park. And I know the dog park is a bad word, so if you're a dog trainer out there and you're going to get mad at me for going to the dog park, just don't, just don't. But I was
Leave it
leaving the
alone.
dog park, and this lady was sitting out in front of the dog park, and she stopped me and she wanted to talk to me because my dog was well trained and hers were not. And she was wanting to know, should she bring her dogs in? Should she not bring her dogs in? So I was able to give her some guidance that a dog trainer would. And so I talked to a friend after that, and they said, well, you should be a dog trainer. You should go into it because you really have a knack for it. I said, yeah, but then I wouldn't have time for quilting. And they were like, well, why quilting versus dog training? Because you're good at both. I said, well, quilts stay made. Dogs don't always stay trained.
That's true.
So that is kind of my aha moment of why I quilt versus doing anything else because it stays made. I don't cook because it doesn't stay made. It gets eaten or it goes bad or whatever. Or you oversalt it. It's awful. I mean, I don't.
Never heard that one. That's a new one for me.
But that's why I quilt. That is why I chose quilting over so many of the other options. I used to sew. I used to make clothes because I'm trained by someone who was a member of the International Lady Garment Workers Union.
Wow.
Um, I can make things She definitely could. If I put my heart back into it and tried, I could make clothes that you wouldn't know whether I got them at Penny's, JC
Oh,
Penney's, Macy's, or Belk or wherever.
mines were never
Or
that good.
yeah, I mean, I can make that. Like if you see something at the store, if I have a pattern, I can make it. I don't like to do swimwear. Not gonna do gymnastics clothes. Just go buy those. I'm not buying. I'm not making them. But I've made wedding dresses. I've made
Wow.
suits. I've made home decor. I've made backpacks. I've made bags of all sorts. I've made all of that stuff. But you outgrow clothes,
Mm,
or you size up, or you size down,
I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
and that doesn't stay made in my head because it's no longer something you wear. Especially like I made pajamas for my son when he was growing up. I made them for him and his cousin, and by the next Christmas, he was grown out of
Of
them.
course.
And even though I gave extra length in the pants legs, the top didn't fit. And I was just like, why am I making all of these clothing items for him if they're not going to stay made? If that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know
So
what you
so
mean.
that's why I did that.
I like quilts because people are happy. You give them a quilt and they're happy. It's
Yeah, Kate.
some people. There are
It
people that don't. But yeah.
Yeah, it's Kennedy put. I love to quilt because I can give a piece of my heart to someone else and they feel special.
Oh,
It's
Kennedy. I like you, Kennedy. We gotta talk, girl. Yeah, I
uh,
like
Laura.
you.
Laura says quilting quiets my mind. It is my therapy. It takes me away from daily worries and concerns. I agree with you, Laura.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Donnell says when you stop learning, it's time to put it down and find a new passion. Absolutely. Um,
That's true.
let's see. Or find a way to rekindle the passion. Absolutely. Katie says that Tiffany's amazing. Yes, absolutely, she is. Lisa says I love watching a quilt blossom as I work on it. I love to learn.
Yeah.
I love color and contrast. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Like when you're
so.
studying that whole process, yeah, you're doing one little piece, and as it grows and grows and grows, and you see how pretty. Like that quilt that I made, the Andrea's pattern is like that because it's
Yeah.
like isolated. So as you're putting it together, you start seeing it blossom, and the colors start coming out like that. When I had it all done, my daughter's very she's incredible with color. She said, "No, mom, put this border, then that border." She said, "Do the three borders." I did it. It came even prettier. It's like when you see the creation in front of you, it doesn't matter if it has mistakes. You look at it and you say, I made that.
Uh huh.
That came out of my hands. I made that. I created that. That is awesome feeling. That's an amazing feeling when you see that creation. That's why
Yeah.
this is my baby. I made this for me. I'm enjoying this because it's mine. That's what I love. And I love seeing my family does appreciate the stuff I make. I know there are people out there that have given stuff and has not been appreciated, but look at it this way. If your family doesn't appreciate it or the person you're giving it to doesn't appreciate it,
They
donate it
didn't.
to someone who will.
Yeah.
There
They
are
didn't
places that
deserve
will
it.
take it. Yeah,
I
take it
have
to
to.
somebody who will.
I love Charlotte's comments. She wants to be Tiffany when she grows up. Me too. Me too.
You definitely
It's
want to be Tiffany.
I know. It's Kennedy has already left the chat. She had to go for the evening. Um,
Hi, nice to met you. I'll
yep.
see you soon.
Joy T says I love watching Tiffany also, but she goes too fast for me. She does beautiful work. See, Joy T, that is the joy of replay. That is the thing for replay. So I am
Yep.
going to show you guys one last thing, and we're probably going to start winding down here in just a minute. Teresa Louise says, "Not me." Yeah, I. oh, Vicky was asking how many are 80 years old. Um,
A
uh,
little younger, just a
yeah,
tad.
I'm quite a bit younger
I'm a
still.
little, I'm
Um,
66, a very
so
active 66.
very active 66. I love it. All right. So
Yes.
I am donating a quilt, you guys, and this is the last time I'll be able to show it because it's gonna go bye bye before the next
Oh,
time I am
wow.
on. This is my garden quilt that I
That's
made.
gorgeous, Tammy.
Thank you. I made this. The blocks are embroidered, And I
Wow.
took different embroidery designs when I ran my store,
Nice.
and I color coordinated them. And of course, they're repeated. They're not all different blocks or whatever.
I love the scallop border.
Uh
Oh,
huh. So that is actually something that I showed off recently. There's a total of 12 blocks in the quilt.
wow.
But I decided I didn't want to do corners because I didn't know how to do corners on my bias binding.
Oh, I
So
love
my cheating technique was to not have any corners.
that. Is
So
cool.
I did my first ever scalloped border on this quilt solely to avoid having to do a corner.
Corners
Um,
don't bother me. I don't know why a lot of people it bothers them, but I love the corners. But that I want to try making a scallop quilt. That is gorgeous. Okay.
so this is
Looking
and
on.
the funny thing about this, Debbie, is this quilt, the maroon material that you're seeing here,
Yeah.
it says fruits, florals, flowers, vegetables, birds. I think that's all it says. I mean, it's
Pretty.
just repeated words over and over and over again. The binding is the same fabric. The entire back is the same fabric.
Gorgeous.
Um, the store that I used to run was inside of a Hancock Fabrics, and
Oh,
this was Meliss
I miss
fabric.
Hancock so
I
much.
I do too. Oh my gosh, I miss it.
I miss them.
But this was Meliss fabric, and I got some kind of big deal on it, big steal of a deal on it. I still
Yeah,
have some of this fabric left.
that's
I
gorgeous.
have made. I mean, I'm actually looking at it right now. I still have enough that it's on my yardage side of my fabric shelves. I've made a dress out of this fabric now. Um, I
It's a
have used this
beautiful
fabric
quilt, though.
for
Gorgeous.
so much. And this was my first big quilt, free motion quilting. And from a distance, from where you guys are sitting, you're not going to see all the imperfections in it.
No, no,
And
you know what I was going to ask you? I like how tightly quilted it is.
uh huh,
Yeah, because it makes it, because I love quilts because they look fluffy. I love
yeah,
quilts that look fluffy. And
yeah.
that
This
looks so
is
freakishly awesome.
it is actually it ends up being fairly thin because it is so heavily quilted, but it's still comfy
Yeah.
because it's so heavily quilted. It's like still it still
Yeah.
folds up nice and tiny. If I wanted to fold it over, I probably couldn't, but
Yeah, but those
it
tightly woven ones tend to be nice and warm.
yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
And I made this years and years ago.
Wow, it's a beautiful.
And it's now being gifted as a giveaway for the
Ah,
raffles for the baseball
oh,
groups
that's
here.
what you're giving for the baseball thing.
Yeah, it
Ah,
is. It is.
it is beautiful.
Let's see, what else do we miss? Pretty Tammy, Tammy, that's gorgeous. Oh wow, beautiful. Thank you, you guys. That is awesome. Thank
It is
you.
gorgeous.
Um,
Beautiful
there
quilt.
we go. Charlotte says, fair enough, Tammy. Corners used to irritate me because it took me forever to learn how to make them. Yes.
And that's I think of all the quilting stuff that I've learned, the thing that intimidates me the least is putting binding on. I love putting on binding.
Well, I love
And
it
doing the
now.
corners, I learned how to do the corners. Took me about a year to learn how to do the corners. And now I do it in what boom, doing
Yeah,
it's like automatic.
corners corners do not phase me anymore, but they, oh my gosh, they used to.
Yeah.
Especially when I was doing that, they used to.
I like making
Um,
guys binding. It's just a lot of work. I like doing that. I'm done. But I have made bias binding and I use it because I make pot holders that are round. So
mhm.
I make my bias round for that. So I remember the first one I did. Oh, goodness.
See, I think I
And we're
need
still
to.
using it. We still use it. That's the funny thing.
I think I need to make a whole bunch of like small projects because I've got a lot of extra binding left over.
It's good. It's
Um,
fun.
so my tumbling blocks quilt, a quilt of valor that I've completed, and I've got two other quilts over on my table, and one is already in the process. I've started quilting it. You guys, I can't find my binding. I do not know what I've done with my binding fabric. And I don't
No,
have any
I've got
more
to
rolls
sit.
to roll my binding up on.
I've got to sit because I already have everybody's going to be sending me the Renegades are going to be sending me the blocks
Oh
for
yeah.
the baby quilts. And so what I'm going to do, I like to prep. So
Yeah.
what I'm going to be doing is just making binding because I'm going to use a simple basic binding for all the quilts. So tomorrow, all I'm going to be doing tomorrow is cutting binding. I'm
Well,
going to
see,
cut about 5 yards of white fabric for binding.
okay.
And then I'm going to be cutting, I already know the measurements for the quilt. So I still have a bolt of batting up there, but I'm waiting on some flannel that is supposed to be sent. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do. But as I comes cutting and prepping and having everything prepared so that I'll make the top, do the batting, do the backing, out the door. And
Well,
that
see,
way, and I'll get them done quicker.
well, see, I have like one of my quilts. I've already got the binding cut. Like it's already prepped. It's ready to go. I just don't know what I've done with it. And the others, I have the fabric. I
So where
just
do you
don't know what
start?
I've.
Like I have little spools, like right there
Mm-hmm.
behind me, the one in stars, that's the batting, that's the binding for the quilt of the veterans quilt that's being
Okay.
quilted. So it's there, just waiting. Then I have that one over there that has musical notes. That was a big bolt of fabric that I got. I've used that for binding. I've used it for backing. I've made blocks out of it. It was amazing. I still have some. So there's like about 4 yards there. And I have another, I always roll them up. Either I'll put them on a toilet roll paper or I'll put it on a cone, a thread cone that's empty, and I put it there. And I always have them everywhere. And I have a drawer full, full of prepped binding.
Well,
I
see,
just put it.
I have the Simplicity bias tape maker,
Mm.
the like presser thing. I've got different attachments for that.
Do you like it?
Um, I do. Because it speeds up part of the process.
Well,
Um,
I don't know. What I do most of the time, I'll cut it. Literally, I'll sit here, watch TV, watch a documentary. I will hand fold it and put it on a spool and roll it up on the spool by hand.
yeah.
That way I don't have to iron it.
Well, I just sit there and I feed it in or get it started, and then my entire piece is already pressed and ready. Um, in like
Sometimes I don't even press them. Like
two or
that
three
one that's on the
minutes.
spool, I did
Yeah.
that I was watching somebody on YouTube. I had it, folded it up, and I was pressing with my fingers because when you do it that way, you're pressing it and you're putting pressure on the roll, so it's already pressed. I don't have to iron it at all.
Yeah. I
Other
did
times I
that.
do because other times I'll sit and fold and iron and watch TV. It's like I call me mindless work.
Yeah.
I just don't even have to think about it. I just what do it, and it's
See,
done and it's finished.
see,
Yeah,
I have the bias tape maker, and then I've got the little. They have little spool pieces that you can put the wind the binding tape onto.
yeah,
So
I
I
got
have
that one.
those. I have the box for it. And I actually use those because I can put there's a little loop thing to put it around your neck to pull it off,
Yeah.
and I use that. Um,
I just leave it there. I have sticks, or sometimes I'll put it on the stick. Like right now, it's on a stick and it's on a pool
yeah,
noodle. I
yeah,
use pool noodles a lot.
yeah,
So I'll put 3 or 4 in a pool noodle and then just put it on a stick and then just roll from there. Who was it that was, I think it was Tiffany. Was it Tiff? Somebody did it that they rolled it on the knee pedal for the machine. They put it on the knee.
might have been Tiffany. I don't know for sure,
Yeah,
but
they
it
put
might
it
have
on the
been.
knee pedal and they were just literally it was coming off the knee pedal and it was going through. It's so cool. I saw I don't use the knee pedal, but that was interesting to me. I
Yeah,
look for easy ways to do things. The easier the better. If it's mindless for me, good. Because I need to
yeah.
concentrate on what I'm doing in the machine.
See, I used to be one of the gadget people, so I had all the gadgets for everything. So that's
I do
kind
too,
of,
but I don't use them.
you see, I use them. So I have to
That's my
justify
problem. I'll
having
try it.
them.
That's my thing. Like I will try a gadget. If it works, I'll use it. But if it doesn't work, it goes to the side. And usually I donate it. Because if I'm not using it, somebody else can use it. I always
Yeah.
put it that way. But yeah,
Lisa said that she's got a tub labeled bits of binding that she puts leftover binding in. It's great for Franken binding scrappy quilts.
Oh, cool.
Charlotte says that she saves all the leftover 2.5 inch strips for the same reason.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
they're all under
Le-
there.
Lisa was tagging you, and she's putting binding on an empty spool is brilliant. She uses toilet paper tubes.
Yeah. Use
Um,
pool noodles. Pool noodles, the good thing is you put a pin in it and you forget about it. I'm telling
yeah.
you, I cut them up into pieces.
Um, Joy T was asking Vicky what state she lives in. She is in Michigan, Joy T. Melissa has joined the chat. She says, hi, Tammy and InQuiltFect. Hi, Melissa. Glad you are here. Um, Lisa says, hubby says dinner is ready. My love to you all. Thank you, Lisa,
Oh,
for hanging out. I appreciate that. Yeah,
you
her
had
husband
fun.
cooks too.
I have a husband. I'm the cook here. We had baked ziti today. That's what I made. Baked
Yeah,
ziti.
Katie is saying y'all smash that thumbs up like button, please. Yes. And what I tell everybody too, Debbie, if they don't like me, at least hit that thumbs down. I don't care which one you hit because YouTube doesn't care if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It's still that interaction.
There you go.
So I don't care which one you guys hit. Just hit something to
Just
let
do
YouTube
it.
know
Just knock
that you
yourselves
like.
out. Have fun.
Yep.
I
Um,
love it. I love it.
Vicky
I will
says
say
that Vicky says she has to stick to one quilt at a time due to lack of money and space for fabric. No worries there.
they're done that.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, it was Donna that does the knee. Um,
Donna. Yeah, I know it was
yeah,
somebody. I saw somebody
everybody's
doing
chiming in on that. Yeah,
yeah. I know I saw
yeah,
somebody.
yeah. So, all right. Well, we have been on almost 2 hours, and I've enjoyed every last minute of it. Are you amazed that you have been on for 2 hours?
Yes, because I'm only on an hour. I control myself to an hour. Sometimes I want to keep going, but I try to control myself to an
well,
hour.
well,
I do the
see,
best I can.
that's what happens when you get over here with me because then we talk about everything. Then we get back to what we are supposed to be talking about.
Yeah, we
Um,
talked about everything today.
we
But see, that
did.
happens when you talk with me. You
That's
start
true.
with cooking, you end up everywhere.
See, I had a total another question to ask you, but
Ask me
like,
quick and I'll answer. Hit
okay,
me.
I don't think this was a quick question. What is
Hit
your
me.
next challenge quilt? Like, what are you challenging yourself with?
My next challenge, I can answer that quick.
Okay.
It's something Mary and I've been talking about. It's going to be a double wedding ring.
Ooh,
Yes, we're
when
going
are
to
you
try it,
doing
but
that?
not applique.
Okay.
Not applique. I'm looking forward to doing it in January, at the beginning
Okay.
of 2025. We're going to do it online. We're going to do
Okay.
it on YouTube. But yeah, that's the challenge because I love double wedding rings,
Well,
but it's a challenge for everybody
do
to
you
do
want a
double.
special do you want a special surprise?
What about what? You have
My
one?
the temperature quilt that I'm going to be releasing is a double wedding ring quilt.
There you go.
So
See?
you could do that as a if you wanted to do the temperature quilt. You could do
Mm,
it because it's a double wedding ring and it does use the IQ quilt die if you want to use it, but you don't have to have it.
no, I don't want to use the die. I
Yeah.
have templates because see,
Mhm.
the thing is, Mary and I, we are very economical. I got it and she got it. We both got our templates on Temu. So it's going to be a Temu quilt. She was showing me a beautiful quilt her mama made.
Uh-huh.
Handmade, hand stitched, hand quilted. Mistakes all over the place, but it's the most beautiful quilt I have ever seen in my life. There's so
Yeah.
much love in that quilt. It was so beautiful. It inspired me so much. There are corners that don't match. There are, the little diamond shape that doesn't
Yep.
match. I don't care. It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love that quilt. And we talked about it, so we're going to be doing that. That's going to be the next challenge coming up, but it's going to be something we're going to do together online. So
Well,
everybody
that's
look forward to that in January of 2025. It's coming.
well, I will have a pattern out by then for sure. I
Okay,
was supposed to
good.
have it out this month, and that it did not happen.
Yeah.
Life
Patterns.
got away
Yeah,
with
I
me.
love patterns. I love
Yep.
patterns.
Yep.
Yes.
I will have a pattern out. So if you
Good.
guys wanted to do it as a temperature quilt, you definitely could. Um,
Check it out because it's
so
something we're discussing. And I know
yep.
some of the girls in the group are going to do it. So it's going to be a challenge for everybody. I just want to try it. I don't care if it comes out good or not. I'm going to make it.
Well, this will be easy to come out good. I
Good.
promise.
Good. We
It will
will
be
see.
easy. Mm-hmm.
I got
Yep.
to check it out.
All right. Well, I know Charlotte's already saying have a great rest of your week, Tammy and Debbie. Donna was saying hi to Melissa. We are going to get off here, you guys. We both probably need food at this point. I know I do.
So I had
Um,
my dinner. I need water and I need my pills, and I got to give my babies, my grandbabies, their medicine. It's way past their bedtime, and
oops.
I am the medicine giver every night.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
They take
So,
their medicine from grandma.
so you need to get going. I'm gonna go ahead
Yes.
and sign off here, you guys. Go ahead and comment in chat as we're leaving. I will be back. Um, look for my lives coming up, and I do have everything coming up next Tuesday. Make sure you tune in. We are doing so and tell. You want to be there. All right,
Yes.
so see you guys later.